guys? Welcome to Weapon Wednesdays, and this is Hussein from TotalUrbanSurvival.com. Welcome back to the show for this week. So, today we're going to be taking a look at Tokopedia.com. One of my very, very good friends, he asked me to do a review for this product from Tokopedia.com. Tokopedia is one of the largest online sellers, something like similar to Amazon or something like that, in Indonesia. And they are really, really good. They have a lot of awesome stuff for local customers in Indonesia. And if you're in Malaysia or Singapore, you can probably negotiate shipping with the sellers also, because they will ship to Indonesia and Malaysia a lot of the times. To Singapore and Malaysia a lot of the times also. And plus, if you're in Malaysia, you speak Bahasa, you can easily understand this and discuss with them. So no problems. But Tokopedia is great if you're in the area. For those of you who are in the US, unfortunately, or Europe or something like that, unfortunately, probably you won't be able to get anything from these people, even though they do have some very, very, very good local Indonesian products, which you can find on there. So if you're in the area, check out Tokopedia.com. They're great. Now, my good friend asked me to do a review for one of the products that he wants to buy. And this is, again, a kit. Last time I reviewed a kit also. Today I'm reviewing this kit also. This is the Survival Kit 11 in 1 multifunctional first aid SOS tactical tools EDC. That is a mouthful, an absolute mouthful. Now let's take a look at this here, and it retails for rupiah 175,000 rupiah. So that's maybe $14, something like that, $14 or $15, something like that. So not that expensive, and you get an entire kit. Now, as I mentioned before, I'm not a big fan of kits. The reason for that is not because I don't like getting a lot of stuff. I like getting a lot of stuff. But the problem is with these kits is that the retailer who is not able to move specific products, for example, they have an extra flashlight or something like that, which they can't move. What they do is they start to throw all these things together in a kit. They give you 10 or 15 or 30 or sometimes 50% off if you buy these kits together. And then basically you're getting a whole bunch of leftover stuff that couldn't be sold in this kit. And you think you're getting a great deal for this tactical kit, but actually what you end up with is a lot of stuff that the seller cannot move because there are either issues with quality or their returns or there are other issues, retail issues. So that's the business side of things that you need to understand, okay? So when businesses are not capable of selling things, then they're going to give you these slash down prices. If a product is really good, they're not going to sell it cheap, and they're not going to give you special deals on them, okay? You don't go to the Louis Vuitton boutique and start looking for sales. You're never going to get it, all right? So when something is really good, when something's a high quality product, it's very uncommon to get sales. It's very uncommon for them to slash the price by 50% because the manufacturer has certain costs that go into that. And if you start slashing here and there, and sometimes if the retailer starts slashing costs because they want to make the product cheaper and sell more, sometimes they can even lose their licenses from the manufacturers. Okay, for a good example would be Rolex. If you start selling Rolex watches and you start slashing the prices, even though it doesn't hurt them, it hurts you because you're only taking a smaller margin, the Rolex company will actually pull your license. So a lot of products, manufacturers, they will pull the licenses from a lot of these people, not only Rolex, but it goes to car manufacturers, flashlight manufacturers, to specialty knife manufacturers, etc. Because actually what you're doing is you're devaluing the brand. So that's why they wouldn't want to deal with you anymore. So when you see this kind of hardcore slashing of prices, beware, there's something wrong. So you get what you pay for all the time. So now let's take a look at this kit. This is 175,000, and what do we have in this kit? Let's do a quick zoom in here. Let me shift this over. We can do a quick zoom and see what we actually get in this kit. So we have an emergency blankie. Oh, wow, an emergency blanket. Why would I need to have an emergency blanket in Indonesia where it's bloody hot? Question number one. Credit card knife. Okay, that's pretty useful for some things, I guess. A wire saw. Okay, if I'm joining the cartel and I need to hack up my friends and enemies. Upgrade compass. Upgrade compass. No clue what that means, but I guess it's some kind of weird English, but I guess it's a compass of some kind, so it is a compass. Mini light and whistle, that could be of some use if you get injured and you have a whistle that you need here. Black waterproof box. I guess that's where I put all my tactical gear inside. All right, that's cool. Maybe you can use it for something if you need to waterproof your stuff, or you need to maybe put your documents or something inside. It could be useful. Flashlight, okay, you've got a flashlight without any information about it. And a water bottle cap in case you don't have a backpack or somewhere to put in your water bottle. And then you have a survival knife. Wow, I don't think this could survive one day in a real situation. And you've got a tactical pen, which if anybody sees you using, they will know that you're a tactical person and they will then put extra eyes on you. Interesting. So this entire kit has a whole bunch of tactical stuff. And it says military, tactical, airsoft, and outdoor. I think airsoft would probably be the only realistic application for any of this stuff because the military and real tactical police officers would never use this type of equipment. And for outdoor use, if you're an outdoor enthusiast, I think most probably this kind of equipment wouldn't be sufficient for you also because you're actually going to be using a lot of it. It's not just going to be sitting at home looking tactical. Okay, now let's break this down. First of all, when we use the word tactical, we must understand very well what tactical implies. Tactical implies that this is going to be used in a real life situation under real circumstances where you need to rely on this product for life and limb, yours or somebody else's. That's what tactical implies. When you say that equipment is tactical equipment, that's what it implies. That it's for real world use. It is not a hanger for the wall. It is not something to decorate my kits and decorate my home with. It is for real use and real world application. None of the tools within this kit fall into that category for one simple reason: quality. We cannot rely on any product inside of this kit in order to give us the quality that we need in order to withstand real world situations and real world problems. I couldn't rely on that knife for very much, except for maybe cutting an apple. I would probably use it to cut an apple. I would probably use it to cut the skin off an orange maybe. But that's about it. That's as far as I would go. I would never imagine taking that knife into a combat situation unless it's a last ditch thing where there's nothing else around, and then I would take that knife and use it. Because I can't rely on it. I don't know, the quality of the steel is probably really cheap. It's probably very brittle and easy to break. The handle and the screws and everything are probably very poorly put together. This is maybe $1.25 or $1.35 that you can purchase in bulk from any cheap knife manufacturer in China. The flashlight, probably also very low quality. You can maybe use it, but to rely on it in a situation, if it falls down, maybe you pick it up and you try and push, it doesn't work anymore. So maybe as an impact tool, you could use it as an impact tool after it's broken. If you want to carry a broken flashlight as an impact tool, that's fine. But my suggestion would probably be, I'm going to target these first two things because these I think are the most important things within this kit, is the knife and the flashlight. Everything else is basically superfluous. The knife, first of all, I would say take a look at a better quality knife that you can get from one of the major manufacturers. And if you can't get it from a major manufacturer, buy from a local manufacturer in Indonesia or wherever you are, but look for a better quality knife. Just buy one item, okay? For the flashlight, I would suggest to get a flashlight which is better quality, something similar like a Surefire light, okay? It's a little bit more expensive. You're going to be paying that $40 or $50 for that light, but you're going to be able to rely on it forever. I had a Surefire Tactical EDC Executive, and it was one of the best tools that I ever had, and I paid on eBay. I got it used for like $35, okay? So, and I use that thing for years, okay? I've used that thing when I was working. I used that thing on the street. I used that thing when I was in Sudan in power cuts. I use that thing for self-defense. I use that thing in many, many different situations. It was really, really good, and I cannot promote it more than saying that it is my absolute favorite is the Surefire Tactical Light with the grooves at the end, the EDC Defender or Executive Defender, whatever it was called. Really, really good tool. And Surefire lights in general, very, very good tools, or anything similar at that level in that price range. The rest of them, the tactical pen, I'm really not a fan of tactical pens, okay? The reason for that is because they look tactical. I don't like things that look tactical. If you're a police officer, you're a tactical police officer, you have to present yourself that way in public. You have to go outside with your gear, with police labeled on your shirt, and you need to show people that you're a tactical officer. No problem with that. That's your job. That's cool. That's what you're supposed to do legally. But as a civilian, when I use something which is tactical, what happens is that people who are looking for targets, people who are looking for tactical individuals, they are going to notice me, and I don't want to get noticed. The whole point of being tactical is not being noticed if you're a civilian. You don't want to be noticed, especially when you go to another country. The last thing that you want is to be noticed as a tactical person or having tactical gear or anything related to military or police or government or whatever. They will trail you. They will keep you on immigration. They will harass you. You don't know how much time and misery I've gone through because of this crap. Trust me, don't do it. I haven't done it for years. I used to do this tactical shit when I was young and I was so into it. Don't do it. Trust me. You're going to put yourself in so much trouble for nothing, for absolutely nothing. And the people who are like really when people want to do something bad, okay, the first thing that they do is try and suss out who's going to be the somebody who's going to go against them. Okay, if they're going, for example, to rob a restaurant, you go into a restaurant, you're eating in a restaurant somewhere in Southeast Asia, okay? For example, the guys come in with their parang. Parang is the long machete. They come in with their parang and they want to rob all the people in the shop. The first thing that they're going to do is start to identify the people who could cause trouble. And that's where everybody's going to, all of their energy is going to go on the potential troublemakers. So keep your ass shut and quiet while they rob all the rest of the people. If you're sitting around with tactical equipment of any kind, you're the first person that's going to be targeted by that group. The first person. You're the first person. If you have a 5'11" tactical hat, if you've got tactical boots, they think that you're one of these macho type of guys. Whatever you have, anything that identifies you as a potential problem or threat, you're going to be the #1 target on the list for any criminal that wants to quell problems before they happen. So don't make yourself a target, okay? Don't make yourself a target. Don't wear any of that shit. I wear Abercrombie when I go out. I don't go out with my Silat Tactical, the hardcore Pendekar shirt. I don't do that shit. I go outside with Abercrombie, okay, and a top hat, or a regular shirt and a Timex watch, okay, or sometimes my Apple Watch. That's about it. That's about it, okay? Nothing else. And the reason for that is because I don't want anybody to know who I am, and I don't want anybody to identify me as a person who has any type of skill. I look like a regular businessman when I walk outside. That's what I want. So guess what? If I have a problem or if I'm in an altercation, I can, pretend to be the businessman who doesn't know nothing, and then I can surprise them with my tacticalness. And that's the whole point. The element of surprise is more important than the element of being tactically cool. Okay? So the whole tactically cool thing, it doesn't have much value in real life. So you want to stay away from tactical equipment unless you're in that profession where you need to show people and present yourself as an officer of some kind or whatever. So stay away from tactical stuff. Stick with things that are non-descriptive, things which are very clearly non-offensive to anybody. That's the best type of tool. Then you are really tactical because the other person is not able to discern what you are, and you're able to use the element of surprise. And we know that in real combat, in real life situations, the element of surprise is more valuable than the weapons you're using, and it's more valuable than any tactical tool or anything that you can have. If you can surprise your adversary, you're so far ahead of them on the curve that it's almost impossible for them to come back unless they're really skilled people and really experienced people. It's very difficult for them to come back and win in that situation. So the element of surprise is the most tactical thing that you can have. Okay, so that being said, let's get back to our kit now. All the rest of this stuff, like this blanket and all this kind of stuff, I don't find any value in any of this. I don't see any use. A whistle I can buy at a dollar store for 15 cents or 99 cents or something like that. You can get in Indonesia at any dollar store. You don't need to waste your money to get something like this. The water bottle clip and all this stuff, I would say forget it. Now, if I make a quick chari, let me see, chari apa? Chari pisau. Okay, pisau. Let's make, let's just take pisau lipat. Okay, let's take a look. Pisau lipat. Pisau lipat means a folding knife. Okay. Now, if we do a quick search for a folding knife, if we're going to spend $15, okay, let's check on Tokopedia and see if we're going to spend $15. What are we going to be able to take a look at on Tokopedia for $15? So pisau lipat. Let's see what folding knives are available. Wow, pretty slow. I'm not impressed. Okay, so as you can see, there's a whole bunch of products, and all of these products are basically very cheap quality garbage that they bought in China for $1.25 and they sell in Indonesia for $10. Okay, so this is the problem when you're looking at all these type of tools. Okay, now this is ini pisau lipat. Huh? Oh, it is maybe. Okay. Yeah, so anyways, so this is all different type of cheap tools, cheap knives and things like that that you can get on these types of websites. Okay, I would suggest not to buy any of them because they are only for looking cool and they have absolutely no value. If you're looking for a knife cheap for self-defense purposes, take a look at something like this. So now, when we search for pisau bela diri, bela diri basically means self-defense. Then you get to see some other style of tools here. Okay, pisau jari tengah. Okay, so this one is basically like a one to grip in the middle of the hand. So this one is 27,000 rupiah. So that is a lot less. So we're looking at less than $10. Okay. So this type of knife, you have a solid steel, okay, a solid piece of steel. Nothing can really go wrong, even if it's made in China in a crappy factory. Nothing can really go wrong in a solid piece of steel, okay. And you're able to pull this out pretty quickly. The sheath looks decently made for $6 or something, or $7. It looks decently made. The sheath, the handle looks like it's okay. It's a functional weapon. It's a functional weapon. Okay, you can use that. Okay, okay, for self-defense. Rahasia bela diri. Okay, there we go. So it's a secret self-defense knife for emergency situations. Rahasia bela diri, emergency. Okay, all right. So this is bentuk kecil sehingga mudah dibawa. Okay, not bad, not bad. This for like $5 is okay. You know, if you buy something like this, and you can get something like this on Amazon for a similar price, and they make them in China dirt cheap. It's like $1.25, and then they sell them all over the place. Now, the only problem that you'll probably have with a tool like this is that your chain will break extremely quickly. You see, they use the cheapest quality chains. So my suggestion, if you're buying a cheap tool like that, that is a chain, okay, that has a chain on it, is to take a cord, take what's it called, your shoelace, okay? Get yourself a shoelace and use a shoelace to tie. The shoelace will last a lot longer than any of this crap that you're going to get from the companies, okay? So the knife might be pretty decent, but the shoelace, but the cord is definitely horrible. So definitely switch it up and get a shoelace and put it on there. So that's one possibility that you could do in order to replace the knife within that kind of a kit. Now, if we chatty a flashlight, let's take a look at flashlights, what they got. Phoenix. All right, now Phoenix is a little bit more expensive, a little bit of a better quality brand, but look at the price. It's 1,500,000 rupiah. So that's a bit more expensive than I saw my friend's initial purchase was, so I'm not even going to bother with that. But here you could get 100 lumen Phoenix for about 218,000 rupiah. So it's a little bit more expensive. You spend a little bit more money. It's maybe $30 US, 30 US dollars. So with shipping, I think shipping is free. In here is shipping free. I think there's overnight shipping for free here. Ongkir, ongkir kirim, ongkir kirim di mana? Okay, I don't see any information for shipping there, but usually on Tokopedia, if you buy the shipping is free. But anyways, for like $30, you could get Phoenix, okay, and Phoenix is not bad. Phoenix is pretty good. They have a good quality light. You have going to be able to use it. It's a good self-defense tool. It's a good impact weapon, and it's not going to break on you. Okay, so for $30, you put in a little bit more money, and you're able to get a much better quality product. So if you spend that 218,000, I'd say instead of buying the tactical kit, which is almost entirely useless, buy one item every month. Spend the $30 to buy the light this month, and then next month or 2 months from now, if you don't have enough money, spend the what's it called? Spend the $15. Well, I know you have enough money because you're rich. But anyways, I'm just joking, bro. So anyways, so you can spend the other $15 or whatever you got in order to pick up yourself up a knife down the road over there. Okay, maybe in the next month or something like that. If you are trying to do this on a budget every month, or you don't have a specific amount of money that you want to spend every month only, and that's it. Okay, so that's the best way to do it. So split it up and buy one quality item and another quality item the next month. That's the best way, and that would be my suggestion for how to solve the problem of the tactical kit without having to put out a lot of the stuff. And as I mentioned, put out a lot of money, sorry. And as I mentioned, all of this stuff, if we go back to the kit, basically all of the stuff in this kit is almost worthless. And the amount of money that you're going to spend on a kit like that is probably a lot more than what is the actual value of anything in it. So I would say forget about the entire thing. Leave it alone. 175,000 rupiah. You can do better than this kit for that money, and just buy one item. Because really the only things in this kit that I can see of any value, like I said, is the flashlight and the knife. So just spend that money, that 175,000, buy yourself a very simple fixed blade knife, any kind of fixed blade knife, okay? That's even a cheap one, it's fine. Fixed blade knife for 175, you'll be fine. And make sure that the system for carrying it is good and working well, or the system for carrying it around the neck is working well, or that it's a very simple clip that you can put on your belt or something like that, okay? The neck knives are very good for those of you who are wearing a jalabiya, a long robe. A lot of people in Indonesia like to wear a long robe or sarong. And if you're wearing that, then it's kind of difficult because you don't have a belt in order to hook your weapon up to, or your knife, whatever you got. So then you can use the neck knife. That would be a very good alternative if you're wearing usually a sarong or a robe. Okay, for those of you who are wearing belts and pants, then definitely get yourself something which can easily get and hook onto the pants. Okay, so that's my opinion about this, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. You can always hook up with me at totalurbansurvival.com or message me directly on Telegram, because I'm at the TUS Telegram group all the time, and sometimes I'm really busy, so give me like a couple of hours or a day or something like that, but I'll definitely get back to your message, okay? So that's it for today. Take care of yourselves, brothers and sisters. I'll see you next week. Stay strong, stay lethal, stay humble.